should Fury-Joshua be the biggest matchup in all of combat sports?
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Absolutely not. I like the fight. It's a big fight. I appreciate it because I think Anthony Joshua can box and punch, and we all know Fury is the best boxer in the heavyweight division. I don't think there's any debate in that. He's the best boxer in the heavyweight division, but I question his punching power. Yeah, you can beat up people when you're 40 pounds heavier than them. That wouldn't be the case with Anthony Joshua, even though I question his chin, but we shall see. The fight that everybody should want is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Preach.
Period. That is the fight everyone should want. That is the number one desirable fight in all of combat sports. There is no other fight that anyone should want more than Terrence Crawford. And the only reason the momentum for that has died down, Max, is because Errol Spence got in that nasty car crash. So even though he came back to the ring, we needed to see that because he could have died. I mean, my Lord, those streets in Dallas.
Beat the hell out of Danny Garcia, too, when he came back.
I understand it, but what the hell are we doing? What the hell are you doing driving like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he almost killed himself, okay?
Yeah.
And so even though you came back and you won and all of that other stuff, I needed to see that before I could even regain that momentum. Because you never know what kind of damage you could have incurred.
And Crawford can't get the other welterweights to fight him, so it stalled a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Promoters controlling the sport, that's the damn problem. They need to get over it. But anybody, let me be very clear. There is no fight out there that anyone should want more than Terrence. And don't get me wrong. I like the idea of Ryan Garcia versus Tank Gervonta Davis.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one. I like that one. I wanted to, especially when Ryan Garcia came on my show, Stephen A's World, said he'd take Gervonta out in 2 rounds, and the only reason it wouldn't be 1 is because he wants to make him suffer just a little bit and entertain it. He don't want to make it that quick. That's what he said.
If Ryan or Tank hit you, you got to go.
The Tank
Either one of those guys, you got to go.
Listen, Tank gonna remember that. Tank gonna remember that. So we'll see. Okay, but in the end, despite that, nobody should want anything more in combat sports than Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. We are being robbed. We are being denied of one of the great, great fights in boxing history. It's a damn shame that we have to wait, and it's a damn shame we don't get to see Terrence Crawford more because this brother is special, and we need to see more of him.
And you don't want to wait till that expiration date is passed, like Mayweather-Pacquiao. Mayweather-Pacquiao should have been the best fight in years
earlier.
They waited way too long.
Way too long.
And when you say in boxing history, that's not hyperbole, that's not an exaggeration. Almost never in the history of boxing or combat sports have you had 2 guys this evenly matched as Spence and Crawford, both in their prime.
That's right.
Both in their best weight division.
And won each other, and the promoters holding them back.
Both with excellent defenses, offenses, speed, punching power, both undefeated, both with belts. It would be a unification fight. It almost never happens.
Right.
Almost never. In a 50-50 fight.
That's right. I'm glad they got that Max on boxing tag right there. Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern, ESPN2. Go ahead.
Bob Arum I had on the radio show, Max Kellerman show, 2 p.m. Eastern
my buddy,
on ESPN.
My buddy, yeah.
And I asked him, why isn't that fight being made? Money's not there yet. The way there is because the question is should. You're absolutely right to say should. But in terms of the actual fights that are being made, Fury and Joshua is number 1. Maybe
the actual fights being made.
Maybe if Adesanya would have beaten Blachowicz at light heavy, and then John Jones, and then you have Adesanya, John Jones. I'm saying if Adesanya would have dominated, and that would have been something. Fury and Joshua.
Too small for John Bones Jones.
Probably. Well, now we know for sure. Fury and Joshua at heavyweight, and Fury is 6'9", 260 plus, and Anthony Joshua is 6'6", 250 plus. And these two both have claims to the title. Fury was the lineal champ, beat Vladimir Klitschko, but then he had all kinds of problems out of the ring. He went away. Anthony Joshua knocked Klitschko out and developed a consensus around him. But then Fury came back and beat Deontay Wilder, drew with him in a fight he should have won, and then beat the brakes off him in the rematch. Joshua loses his title against Ruiz, but beats Ruiz in the rematch. The winner of this fight has an undisputed, as in no one in the world can dispute the claim that they are the heavyweight champ. And while Fury will be favored, he's bigger, faster, slicker, you're right to point out Joshua can box, Joshua's an Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist. Joshua's got a deep resume, and he can punch.
He can punch.
This is the best fight that is being made in combat sports right now.
He can punch, but he lost to Andy Ruiz, who's pretty damn good. He's very
Quite good.
Now, I don't like how he looked, but he's pretty damn good, okay? And I wish him nothing but the best because he can really, really fight. But let me say this to you. You know, we point this out. I got opposition, and I'm glad that I got them. I'm glad we're touching on this, Max Kellerman, because I actually want to come on Max and Boxing to talk to you about what I'm about to bring up.
Let's do it.
Anytime. I'll come on anytime. You know that. Here's my problem. I don't like the fact that this is a 2-fight deal. I don't believe. Now, if Tyson Fury were to lose to Anthony Joshua, I have no problem with the mandatory rematch. But I believe if Anthony Joshua, okay, were to, I'm saying, if Anthony Joshua were to lose, I guess you can look at it that way. I believe that Deontay Wilder deserves the winner. Now, I have a problem, and I've spoken privately to Deontay Wilder about this. I'm not going to reveal all of that. But he and I had a conversation, and I will tell you this. I have no problem with Tyson Fury sitting there and saying, I'm going to fight Joshua because it's a big fight. But I will say this on behalf of Deontay Wilder. When Tyson Fury was down and in the dumps, and nothing was going on in his life, Deontay Wilder gave him that shot.
That's right.
All right? And it came to a draw. And then the second fight, he beat him up pretty bad, 40 pounds heavier, all of this other stuff. I personally think that Deontay Wilder deserves the trilogy, but I have no problem with your suggestion he needs to wait.
He needs to beat someone else. Right. No one believes he's going to beat Fury in a rubber match.
But everyone believes one punch could take out Anthony Joshua.
Yep.
And I don't think that Deontay Wilder should have to wait. If Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury,
then let's see Joshua and Fury.
And Wilder.
Well, here's the thing.
And Wilder, though. I think that Wilder should get the winner.
Don't look too much at the contracts because, look, Deontay Wilder has to be getting paid to step aside. And when you get step-aside money, when you're next with a contract, it ain't $100,000. It's $5-10 million. You know, so Deontay's getting money just for waiting.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.